the corruption matters, you lawyers like to say the law is clear, even when it is not. For instance, there are arguments over whether the MP John Waluke loses his seat before exhausting appeal process.
No. The law is very clear. Very clear. But you cloud it so that you increase the amount of fees. You must create employment for the lawyer. So you give circumlocution, legal circumlocutions and quasi-interpretations. And it is all possible. Otherwise, if you are convicted and sentenced, until you exhaust all your levels of appeal, you have an option. I don't know, but for the political process, they can politicize and say you have missed sittings for a given period of time. So either way it can be interpreted, but the clearer way is until he exhausts the process of appeal. Otherwise, you have seen people who are unwell. If you have the speaker's permission, you are away for as long as you recover. So it can be used. The speaker can close his eyes and say, hey, if you miss 8 sittings, out. Or alternatively, what the law says is you exhaust. So he just files an appeal, which will be the High Court, then later on the Court of Appeal, and with that appeal, he'll continue enjoying a few things like medical cover and so on and so forth. So he has some window.
Right.
Yes. The
dispute over the Ngong Forest Land and Environment CS Keriako Tobiko is a man on a mission to reclaim the forest land.
Current and past senior government functionaries, some today still in government, others out of government, huge corporations, companies. It's not the ordinary Mwananchi who got into a forest and acquired properties. Now we have moved on to Ngong Road Forest. Once we have fenced it and providing a linkage between to connect Nairobi National Park and the forest.
Well, the CS Weda has even threatened to unleash wild animals in the disputed area that is occupied by residential apartments. Once again, the people occupying the land have title deeds, which they say should be respected. Do they have a valid case against the planned evictions?
Let him know the human being that God created, he created it in his own image and after his own likeness. He cannot threaten us with animals. Please. No, we will poison them. We will kill all of them. In fact, he would be endangering our animals. If he were to do that, we will ask the president to sack him. You can't threaten us with lions. We will poison them. They will be dead. Dead like a dog. So what am I trying to say? We are saying government degazetted land, whether they degazetted it legally or illegally. People are now settling. There's a massive property. There are people there. These things are meant for us. We are not meant for the animals or for the forest. You understand? Yes. The forests are for our benefit. A mistake was done, but we have what we call innocent purchasers for value without notice. So some of the parties talking about, it was the same government, Ministry of Title Deeds. Does it want us to start a civil war? Just imagine you have retired. You bought a house. Government gave you, then they tell you now we want to demolish. We are going back to forest. We will fight. So, Mr. Tobiko, my brother and my friend, please note that the forests were made for us. Jehovah, the King of Kings, gave us dominion over this earth, rulership, management, to be fruitful. If we took a portion of the land to live in it, so be it. Find a way that works well, successfully for both. Otherwise, this thing of talk about demolition, is, you know the part they talk about? There are thousands and thousands of people. Trillions of shillings have been invested. Yes, so what is it about? We can plant other forests. The Israelis are planting. People are planting. We have huge parcels of land where we can plant of this forest. If we can't leave, we will move the animals. Please.
BBI now, and the term of the steering committee on the Building Bridges initiative ended yesterday, June 30th, and their final report is due. What are the likely proposals, especially on creating new positions in the executive like the Prime Minister's post? And are we now on the road towards a referendum?
You oppose BBI and you are dead. Even I think there was Sauliam team is being pushed to say you are opposing BBI, so you are enemy of the unsake. So the BBI will reflect what the president wants and what his counterpart, Honorable Raila Odinga, wants. Once they agree on it, there will be beer. Then they will force down the referendum. They'll force the way Corona is forcing itself into our noses. That's what they are doing. And if you oppose, or if they dream that you're opposing, they will send DCI, they will send KRA, they will send DPP just to cripple you so that you don't oppose this. They'll push it into a corner where we say, but Jehovah, you are the King of Kings. There is a man called Nkurunziza. He was leaving office, but he created another office where he was Supreme Advisor and Leader of Rwanda. Burundi.
Yes.
Oh, the King of Kings says, let my people go. There was a man called Babangida. Nigeria was president. Then I was told, Bwana, you are military president, you want elections. You want civilian. Then he transformed himself into civilian and arranged his own elections. The King of Kings had other designs. He said, hallelujah. He called them a few days to those elections. The people of Kenya are the children of God. God loves this country so much. Let us do a constitution that is good for us. But if we are designing seats for people, oh Jehovah, I call upon your name and say, do your thing.
Former CS for Agriculture Mwangi Kiunjuri, when he was sacked from that position, said for every action there is a reaction. And his reaction came last week when he unveiled the new party, the Service Party.
Kenyans, the Service Party of Kenya. And as we do this, we continue to remind ourselves that our party is about service, huduma. We believe in God and the principles of our party. Our symbol, as you can see, is a heart inside a circle, nested in the background of our party colors. This symbol is our heartfelt promise. It stands for a genuine desire to serve humanity and to serve fellow Kenyans.
You know, the speculation is that this is DP William Ruto's proxy party, especially with yellow branding, like the defunct URP, and initials of the party TSP, which analysts claim stands for Tuko Sote Pamoja. What's your view, Weda? Is the DP
No. If they want to make you feel bad, they look bad, they brand you William Ruto. Kiunjuri was fished out by the president from GNU. Even ahead of us, those of us who have been here, more qualified, more better, more brilliant, more competent. Because he was a boy from home, the president went and picked him and brought him into cabinet. Unfortunately, you can't tribalize competence. You can bring people from home, but you can't make them competent. So along the way, he failed. Okay? Let him just be grateful that he had occasion to serve as a cabinet secretary in this our Jubilee government that we fought so hard to bring. And then he failed miserably. He couldn't deal with basic locusts. Just ordinary basic locusts. He should thank His Excellency President Uhuru for that golden opportunity. He had. In fact, the president loved him so much. He can't blame the president. So when he said, for a reaction, there's a reaction. Did he want us just to continue with him when the locusts were getting into our plates in the kitchen? Just basic locusts, which we should have even taught us how to light fire. I saw people in Samburu, they make noise and the locusts run away. Should have trained us the kind of noise locusts fear. So he himself had issues with competence, ability, the opportunity he was given fully by His Excellency the President. Even the warnings when he was failing, he was given several warnings. What would the president have done? Did the president have to vacate his office as president to give him? That is when he says, Your Excellency, you love me so much. I think he should never fault President Uhuru. Even when he starts his party to serve Kenyans, what more does he need? He was made cabinet secretary. He failed. So he wants us to give him the presidency. That is when he will be satisfied. Let him wait until DCI and DPP and the KRA visit him. He's stroking a honest nest. Now the president, Uhuru, is not joking. Look at how he has mangled the deputy president. So, Kiunjuri, my brother, be careful. Thank the Lord your God for this far he has brought. You have done very well. From Maseno University to being a town.
I was waiting for that.
And then to the cabinet of the Republic of Kenya. You say Jehovah, hallelujah. What? You don't blame people and blame president and blame Uhuru and blame who. No, you say Jehovah. This far.
Speaking of the DP,
yes,
we saw the meeting he had with rebel Jubilee MPs at the Jubilee Assili offices, and the registrar of political parties has blocked an attempt to register that name by a man called James Simiu. Yes. The registrar and Derito said the application does not meet the legal requirement for registration. Do you agree?
The deputy president will have to use more serious and intelligent people. The registrar of political parties listens to the president more than anybody else. So there's no need to register Jubilee this or Jubilee that. You can register something else and it will work. Or buy a party and in preparation. But I don't think the deputy president has problems with the formation of a party. In his own due season, he will form and make and grow. That is granted. He has done it. They did URP. Before URP, they took UDM, they took him around, eventually he gave up UDM. You know, he has been a student also of President Moi and Honorable Raila Odinga. And one of the key elements, the key lessons in the chapters that Honorable Raila Odinga teaches is how to start and close parties and grow them overnight. So he has been there. Then trend-wise, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta has also taught us, and William Samoei, that you don't go for elections with the same party. Raila taught them, they were together briefly, and then they have also, remember we went to URP, TNA, then Jubilee. I think the next election there will be Handshake Party of Kenya, and there will be handshaking party also. There will be all this thing. Handshake Asili and fake handshake. So, I don't think the critical issue now is about formation of a party and the deputy president forming. I think it's throwing what is called red herring. Stroking the honest. They say, we are they are silly. So the press also picks and says, they must be doing a Jubilee Asili. No. He's not that naive.
The Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala was enjoying his moment in the spotlight after chairing the impeachment hearings against Governor Waiguru when he received the news that he had been expelled by his party, the Amani National Congress.
Unasema that this special meeting of the NGC hereby adopts and ratifies the resolution by the Internal Disciplinary Committee of the party and NEC expelling Honorable Cleophas Malala from the party's membership.
Mr. Speaker, as I was presiding over the proposed impeachment of Governor Anne Waiguru, some funny people were hiding in some cocoon, planning to remove me
Senator Malala.
as Senator for Kakamega.
Order, Senator. Can you use your time properly? Please focus on your vote.
I want to remind the people that I am the Senator for Kakamega, that I'll stay to be the Senator for Kakamega.
Senator Malala defiant on the floor of the Senate, but he is more of an ODM member than an ANC member, and this is the party that sponsored him to the Senate. Isn't Malala out of order?
Malala is technically out of order, but he has made the right choice. This is the right time to align yourself with the ODM and the President's Jubilee wing. That is where power is. So whereas Honorable Mudavadi and the team are making noise, he has aligned himself where there's weight. So there's very little which will happen to him in the negative. He will survive it. But if he had switched over to be seen to be allied to the deputy president, he would be not in hot soup, but in the fire that is boiling the soup. So his expulsion will not remove him as senator, but I think all the same he needs to go to court. He needs to pay some lawyer the money they may have earned in the impeachment proceedings. Some lawyers should eat so that there's some kind of an order until the time comes.
Are we likely to see a game changer in 2022 with these two governors throwing their heart in the ring?
Mmoja na wengine sijui 6. Lakini pia deputy president walisahau kuweka picha yangu huko.
Kwa sababu hata mimi mwezi huu nilisema kwamba 2022 nitakuwa katika kinyang'anyiro. I don't know whatever it is called. I will be on the ballot. Na Wakenya wengi wamesema niingie huko.
Umaskini haujui ukabila. Kama unataka Kenya iwe nchi yenye amani, haki na usalama na utajiri wa kila mmoja wetu, na kuomba uniunge mkono mimi Alfred Nganga Mutua na watu wangu wa Machakos kwa juhudi za kupinga siasa na ubaguzi wa ukabila. Mkenya ni Mkenya.
Weda, we have always known that about Machakos Governor Dr.
Yes.
Alfred Mutua's ambitions to run for president, but the person that many have been talking about is Makueni Governor Kivutha Kibwana. Would Kivutha be a formidable candidate, or is this just hype on social media like we saw with Peter Kenneth at the last election, and as they say, kwa ground vitu ni different?
Senator Kivutha Kibwana, that was my teacher, my friend. He saved me from the Senate of the University of Nairobi. When they sought to expel me for standing up, he stood by me. When they said you are not allowed to come with lawyers, he was there as my lawyer and said, we are leaving. He saved my neck. He's a great man. A good teacher. He taught me constitutional law, constitutionalism, autonomous constitution.
Wow.
See, I'm highly learned.
Yes, you are.
Quickly learned. Yes, he is a good man. He has done a good job in Makueni. And he can make a very good president. Honest, straight. He's not a thief. He doesn't seem to be in a hurry to accumulate things. And he is also not attached. He was even willing to go back for elections or leave governorship because the MCS were joking. He's not attached. The power has not gotten to his head. That is the kind of president we need. The only problem is that he is too honest to get political traction. He will tell you this is not possible, this is possible. People want tialala, trip him. That's what we want. That's the fellow we want to jump around with. So when you come and say, no, what we have will not plan for this road, we'll only plan for this, we will jail these people, the crooks will not allow him. Because he can easily jail you. So the traction that is required requires some level of dishonesty, some level of theft. He has not stolen enough. We want to see him flying to Kisumu in choppers that are dark and big. He doesn't have that. So when he comes, you say, this one is just like us. He can't be my president. I'm waiting for Baba, who will come, and there will be helicopters and people are being pushed left, right, and center. We're waiting for Oliam. He will come and then he will donate big money. Comes to worship with you, say Jesus has arrived today. Professor Kibwana will come and say, you people, we can't build ourselves on Harambe. We must plan things, we must work hard. They say, Sasa anaongea nini? What is this one? So he is good. But the traction requires the dishonesty, the theatrics we need to get the support. He may not want to engage in those theatrics. He may not be able to do them. He may not love to do them. That will make him cold. Cold like my brother Peter Kenneth. Good but cold. We want synchronization. You roll on the streets. You can demonstrate against your own country. That's what we want. When Baba comes, we want to break branches. Welcome him, and then he says, this one is a thief, and you are made a thief. This one is a saint, you are made a saint. Professor Kibwana would never want to do those things. I know him. That is where the problem lies.
The presidential election, just like the 2017 election in Kenya, was nullified by the court, and so a repeat election was held last week, and voters kicked out the incumbent and elected a clergyman, Pastor Lazarus Chakwera.
Restore a new generation's faith in the possibility of having a government that serves. Not a government that rules, a government that inspires, not a government that infuriates, a government that listens, not a government that shouts, a government that fights for you and not against you. I stand here today because I had one of the blessings of God that a young Malawian today does not have. The blessing of growing up in a well-governed.
He is a charming orator, and of course, he has the blessings of the Lord behind him. It's a very uplifting story that real change can actually occur in an African election.
The elections have come in 2007. I think Kenyans voted out Kibaki. They just did a dabra-kadabra and we fought each other. You see it quite often in South Africa. Maybe the same party, but people change. Here in Kenya, I think we elected Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto while they were facing crimes against humanity in Hague. People can elect. If there was no manipulation, elections would be done. What I don't understand is this love when new people come in and then we celebrate. Change has come. No. Change will come with the policies they do. We said we need Magufuli in Africa. I said, people who don't obey order, people walk in and sack people, that's chaos. They will not do a good job. Now, let's not think that when somebody is a reverend, he will do a good job. You must see where they are coming from. Which church has he run that has been outstanding? It is easy to remove people, especially people who are not performing well and being wamutarika. But it does not mean good change has come, especially you see by their first action. I saw it was said that he appointed some lawyer, some unkempt lawyer as Attorney General. Those are signs. Those are really signs of what is in the heart. We always say, hey, you know, don't look at dressing. I say, why did God himself insist on dressing? God insists. He even designed the uniform. I said, don't approach me with it. He used to tell the Israelites that. When you see the picture of heaven, the throne where God, you see, they say this grandeur way of things. So when you get somebody who can't have time to make his hair, you are telling us you're going to run these systems. Yet we have benchmarks. We have America, we have Britain, we have France, we have Germany, we have Israel, we have all countries that are run well. When you come up with your own abracadabra, I just say, Jehovah, it is good we have elected a new fellow. Let's pray for him to succeed. But it is too early to celebrate. Too early. If we elect, how do we call it? Let's say our own Minister for Security.
Why? Goodness.
The man from Kisi.
Matiang'i.
Yes. Then you can say, yeah, we saw him in education. We have seen insecurity. He can do some job. But if we get Pastor Nganga, hallelujah, or Pastor Pius Muro from Cameo Cinema, we elect and say, the Lord has elected. You shall know them by their fruits.
Is the Chief Justice of Kenya, David Maraga, a deadbeat father? Whether yesterday a woman called Mary Kwamboka claimed that the CJ is the father of her 6-year-old daughter. And here's the response from the CJ through lawyer Danstan Omari.
A lot of due diligence on the annexures that have been filed to accompany this. For those ones who have access to the birth certificate, there is no registrar of births by the name Shamwata in the whole country. Neither has there been an officer called NP Otieno in the Nairobi office, which means that that birth certificate is generated. It is not a document to be relied on.
What do you think, Weda? Is this just another attempt to embarrass the CJ?
My friend Justice Umari got it wrong. These are kind of personal issues that the CJ walks out and tells Kenyans, no, I do not know the lady. I don't know about the child. It's not about the technicalities on the birth certificate. Yes, the woman may have faked the birth certificate. Is the child also fake? I'm not saying, I know our CJ. From the distance I know him. He's a straight man. He's a man who has run the narrow path. That we can say. But when a woman comes up, created or not created, Nairobi business community, she may be a member to embarrass the but it is upon, if the CJ was my client, I would have said, CJ, please come out and just tell Kenyans, yes, I do not know the woman. I've never had a relationship with him. I really don't know what she's up to. I would like to see. I would like to know. Let her also tell me. Let us also get the details. Because you may say, birth certificate, yes, he may have just faked it because he's been blocked from getting the birth certificate. Otherwise, you come the way Sir William came out. You remember Baba Abi?
Yes.
He came out and said, my Abi, I love my Abi. Oh, she's doing great. The matter died. We also expect the Chief Justice, not through a lawyer to say, oh, there's no this, but just to say, I don't know the woman, I don't know the children. I've never had that kind of a relationship. I would like to know why this is happening. Then we turn it on the perpetrators. I know they want to embarrass the Chief Justice.
Yes.
Because in nullified presidential elections, I urge my president, thank God that in the rerun, you won. Let's forget the past, let's move ahead. He did a good job. The Chief Justice and his team did a good job. It is good to have a courageous judiciary that can stand up. Even if they made a mistake, we are considered it was wrong, the decision. But let's not do things. I'm not saying they are the ones who have done this, but let's not do things that undermine institutions. Just thank God, Jehovah, that Your Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is President of the Republic of Kenya, and we are moving on. And the Chief Justice is about to retire, and he's a honorable man, distinguished. The Lady Kwamboka, my advice to you is this. If you had the good fortune of sharing tidbits with a great Chief Justice in Africa, that is not the way to go around it. That's a treasure. That is a way you whisper together, say, darling, our product requires our attention. Bring the money. You don't go crying like a fool. That was foolish.
Well, thank you very much for your time on the show this morning. Our regular analyst, Ambrose Weda, Advocate of the High Court, Canon of the Anglican Church of Kenya, published author, and remember to tune in to Rise and Shine on Sunday from 8 with me, the Center Rocker, Weda will be there to speak about matters to do with spirituality, prosperity, success, and other highly motivational issues.